Hello, all. Welcome back to Melanin Matter. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Tonight's conversation is going to be quite the entertaining conversation. We'll have our co host introduce herself and then we will get started.
Hi, everybody, and happy Taco Tuesday. I'm Rose.
Only do it. We remembered the days of the week this week
All
and
right.
everything. I'm saying these holiday weekends, they be throwing me off. So tonight, before we get started, like I said, don't forget to subscribe and then also share the video and then participate in the
Mm-hmm.
comments. Also, go to Rose's page, talk to Rose, and subscribe to her as well. So tonight, right before we came on, I saw the cutest little thing, and I wanted to share the picture. So somebody, I think it was a little girl, had posted a picture and said, "Hey, can somebody put me on a trampoline or something?" Um, and the pictures that people put was so cute. And the initial one of her did not load. But let me show you what people came up with because I think it's so cute. This was, I think, my favorite one. Let's see.
I was just about to say, girl, I was
That
wondering
was
if you were
so
talking about her.
cute. That was so cute. And then they put her on my favorite show, George Lopez. That was funny. They put her in
Yeah,
Thriller.
I was about to say I seen her do that one.
And then they put her on a rocket. So she had asked, "Can somebody put me on a trampoline or something and make my eyes
Open.
open my eyes?"
Yeah.
Oh, that was the initial picture
Uh-huh.
um, that was posted. So I thought
I
that was
just didn't
super cute.
understand what that. I didn't understand it. I'm like, why would she be down like there like that and want to be put on the trampoline with her eyes open? Like
I
that's the new thing people do now is put me somewhere or whatever.
Oh, really?
I can show
Oh,
you a lot of those girls. They like put me in the background at the beach with a yacht in the back. Put me with, put me with a BBL. Put me my girlfriend cheated on me. Put some women in the bed with me. Girl, they do all that stuff. I see that all day long now.
well, I would have to say, in all of the things on social media that you could do to pass time or whatever, I
Girl,
think that that one is cute. I
they
would
do
pick
it
that.
good.
Yeah, and I would pick that any day over some of this mess that we be seeing because
Hmm.
that one is actually cute and it's interactive and it's fun. Um, my caveat to the only ones that I don't like is don't put me in anything death related. Like, of course, a lot of them because of the way she was laying, though, they put her like on
And
crime
the
scenes.
cross, yeah.
Yeah. It was like, where else are they gonna put her? And then the eyes was my favorite. I was like, okay.
That's the only
But
thing it seemed like really went was the crime scene. Yeah.
right, because it was like your eyes are closed, your leg is back like it's broke. And it's like it's too wide for like a staircase or something like that. So like what else would they have done with it? That's a good one. So in the comments, put in the comments where you would have put her, where you would have put her if you could do stuff like that and
That
like
chalk, that outline, that chalk, that would have been the only thing I would have did because nothing else other than those Masons.
that's what most of the people did. I really liked the fly swatter as well. That one was funny.
Oh yeah, that one was yeah.
Mhm. The little fly catcher thing. I was like, okay.
Girl, yeah, they do that all day long. I see that all day now.
I haven't seen it. That was my first one seeing it on Kamar's page.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's get started on the topic. I had to send out my own alerts because stinking YouTube be going to they be taking too long and then people be texting me and by the time I'll look down because I'm actually doing the show. I can't see it. So I did it for tonight. So tonight, y'all know we go together with Maury. So we got to start with something funny from Maury. That well, actually, it's not. It'd be funny because you went on Maury. That's why it'd be funny. But the situations, I'd be like, dang. FYI, let me show y'all this. I've been using different edge creams, and this one, I love it. I
What's the
love
name?
it.
I can't see it. 'Cause 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 I can't see it. 'Cause
Can you see it?
Oh yeah, now that's better. The frontal one. Oh, I never heard of that one.
And then I actually got it on YouTube. Facebook. And then this is the one that I used to help them grow back.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mhm. Stress had took me out. Stress and old age had took me out, y'all. But I am fixing it. So let's start with Mari because we go together with Mari.
A mess.
Right here we So
Girl.
I will tell you, the first girl found out about the second girl, Pamela, only a couple weeks before the show because she was going through her dude's phone and she saw in her dude's phone that Maury had reached out to the dude. But Maury reached out to the dude because the Pamela had reached out to bring him on initially and didn't end up coming. Then the dude reached out to bring both of them on. They couldn't talk at home.
Cause you're not about to bring me out and embarrass me. But you know all that stuff was for ratings and all that stuff.
But she been on there before. The one girl been on there
I
before,
know.
and she reached out first. Why wouldn't you just ask him at home? Oh, she wanted him to take the lie detector test. That's why. But I'm pretty sure for the free trip and a lie detector test.
Right.
What would you do?
Act a fool like they want me to do on TV.
So you would act like the non-Pamela girl, and when he say, "Shut up," because I'll snatch your wig off, you'll snatch it off yourself and say, "What's up?"
I'll give them a show. That's what y'all came here for, so I'm gonna do it. Lights, camera, action. Now I wouldn't have nothing to do with the other girl. Like I don't feel like she. I mean, they didn't know each other, but him, I'm gonna give him a show on that. But I wouldn't even put nothing past a man. Like that is a lot of times they do use women and just have sex with them because they buying them stuff. So it's and look how old Maury is, how long that show is, like how old it is. So
Because this one is new. It's not. It's not very old. It's a newer one. They're.
oh
They're.
really?
Mm-hmm.
See, I didn't watch Maury no more. I didn't know they still do that.
I don't know. It's I know it's within the last 5 years. That mean newer
Oh,
like that,
okay.
like not back at the beginning where they ran off the stage and
Mhm.
tilted to the side and flipped over the back of the chair and stuff.
Yeah, that's the Maury I grew up to and loved. I would be like, let me take it back to that Maury for y'all.
Oh my God, Rose. I mean, I guess if somebody was taking me on Maury, I would go prepared to act a fool. Like if
Yeah,
I'm
just
going
go.
to go, I'm with you. I would act just why not?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give you some real good ratings, Maury, because I'm about to act stupid.
And I'll promote my business.
Right.
Like I'm gonna wear my brand. Like I'm gonna promote my
Right.
shit because
You can
I don't
catch me
understand.
on.
And they say women only stick with or go with men for monetary reasons. Not these days, and that proves it. He said a couple of women. It ain't even just them two, it's other women. How would you feel being the one he really liked, but he been cheating on you? You think you live with him?
I still would feel funny. Like I still wouldn't like it because, but a lot of times I've talked to men and they say it really be like that. Like it be one that they really love, but they still sleep with other women, but they really don't like the woman. They really do be loving the other woman, but they just do it. Like they don't have no reason. They don't want nothing to do with the other women. They all they want is sex. And that the like
Yeah.
in I but you know our mind we can't comprehend that like so if you love me why would you want to hurt me why am I not enough and a lot of men we say it's just it's so many women in this world like so that's why I always even say it to me it don't matter what a woman do you could do everything for a man everything that they want and they still probably most likely going to cheat on you like it's just if they are man enough to make sure you never find out. That's my rule. If you gonna cheat on me, at least make sure I'm not gonna find out and don't bring me no disease or nothing. Like make it to where I'm not gonna fall out. I mean, find out. Don't do me like that. If you really love me, I'll never find out about the stuff that you doing. Cause I do honestly feel like our men is gonna cheat. Like
I do. I feel like because he lived with both of them. He wasn't
That's the
just
thing I don't
he
understand. How do
wasn't
you live
just
with two
cheating.
people? Like, how is
Yeah,
that
he lived
possible?
with two, but messed with other women as well. That's where it kind of threw me off. If he didn't live with two, I could go for that story because
How do you even have time to do that? You must not got a job. Like, how do you have time to do all of that? And then live with two women. Like she said, how do you not know where this man lived? Well, how did you not know that he was living with her too? Like, you can't just,
exactly.
yeah, you can't just say that to her because you didn't know either, ma'am.
Why was your initial question for her and then a
Yeah,
question like that? Because you already said he don't come home sometimes. So that would answer that question. And at that point, I probably wouldn't say nothing. I wouldn't say nothing until I heard what the other woman said because I wouldn't want more egg on my face. Like I don't have nothing to say until I hear what she says because just what happened. She lived with him too. Like y'all both live with him. But to your point, if the other one called him her son and said you don't have no money and whatnot, then where did you think he was if he's not working? Right?
right.
He's supposed to be working a lot of hours or traveling a lot. So he don't bring in money. You buy him cars and this and that.
Ain't
And
no way. Ain't no way. Ain't
you're not
no.
going to affect my lifestyle and my livelihood and my finances. So you was just a sugar mama. And first of all, where do you work? Because I need to work there because I can't afford to
Yeah, to
pay.
be doing all that stuff. That's like that other lady I had seen. I think it was last week on social media, and she had a tracker on a car, and she put up to the lady house. The lady came outside like, "What are you doing here?" I think the man name was Charles, and she was like, "Tell Charles to come outside." And she was like, "I'm not telling him nothing. I'm not telling him nothing." She was like, "That's my car. Like that's my car. I'm about to get in and tell him. I'm not telling him nothing." When that lady had that, she had a spare key. Opened up that door and set in. And that lady was like, "What are you doing? So you just gonna leave him stranded here?" Now he's stranded there, but you said you wasn't going to go get him. So now he can live here with you. She was like, "Girl, all
Now,
right."
when I tried to tell you to send him out, you
You
didn't want
didn't
to
want,
send him out. Now you telling me I'm leaving him stranded?
girl,
That's the problem with
she
women.
seen her unlock that car and get in there, she was like, "This is my car. I paid the payments on this. I bought this car for him, but not to be at no other female house." Had to Ubered over there. I said,
Oh,
"Girl,
so she could make sure she could drive her car back.
yeah." I said that if I was the Uber driver, I would have been sitting right there being nosy. Like, girl.
You were so nosy.
Yeah, because I sure would have stayed there. Like, but maybe they didn't know what was going on.
Can't even help. Right. They just dropped somebody off and then
Went on about their business.
let me tell you where I don't want to go to Oakland. Um okay.
Oh, yeah, it's raggedy out there.
I do not feel like going to Oakland. I don't. Okay, so our first love story. Let's see what happens. The crazy things you do when you are in love. I'm actually going to start backwards. Here we go.
Chief reported that the fire started at about 9:15 that morning. Teresa claims that she did not leave her home any later than 8:30, and her first stop was a local Chick-fil-A not too far from her home. What's interesting is that the Chick-fil-A had surveillance footage of Teresa in the drive-thru just after 9:30 that morning. This means that Teresa would have left her house right about the time the fire started.
He was a wonderful husband and a wonderful father, and
Toxicology reports stated that Jim had been heavily sedated prior to the fire being started. This is the first issue the detectives want to cover, so they start by asking her what medications Jim took. Teresa begins naming the medications without any issues, but when she is asked about the ones that make Jim drowsy, she suddenly forgets what they are called.
he had taken trazodone at one time. Give me a minute. Starts with an S. For sleep aid. Seroquel. Does that sound right? Seroquel. He occasionally took Valium, but only it was like he would alternate them.
The detectives know that Jim had a $500,000 life insurance policy, and the money would have solved all Teresa's problems. When the detectives ask her about the policy, Teresa claims that she doesn't want to know how much it was for.
Yeah, we had problems, but they were ours.
Both of you had filed Chapter 13. You lost both your cars.
When did he
There's
file
two.
13?
There's two liens against your house right now in the courthouse. And
When did
you
he
owe,
file Chapter 13?
let me finish. And you owe, there's two federal liens against the business for not paying your taxes. I mean, you're portraying yourself as having a great marriage. To be honest with you, we've been checking and we're not finding that. We're finding that your marriage was awful.
How is that?
Well, I mean, we're finding that 2 or 3, 4 extramarital affairs.
What?
I don't think you want me to give you the names.
I do want you to give me names because I want it proved.
Be pretty easy to do.
So, what do you think could have happened?
She started that fire. Period, point blank. Period, point blank.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying she started that fire. Period, point blank. It's nothing else to even like. Girl, sit down. You started that damn fire. You knew how much that life insurance was for, and everything. And Seroquel is not. Don't make you sleepy. That's an antipsychotic.
Oh, okay.
So you lying. Unless he could have been on Seroquel, but that's not gonna make him sleepy.
Okay. So that's not a sleeping agent.
No.
Okay. I didn't know that. That was going to be one of my questions too.
No, it's not. And she know it's not.
You think she know it's not?
Yeah, if they said that she named all the other medicine that he took, and then when they said, "Oh, what make him sleepy?" Oh, girl, you know Seroquel don't make him sleepy.
But that ain't how they really said it. They just said, you know what medications he was on, and that's when she gave the trazodone and the other one. Yeah, they exaggerated that part. She didn't. But she did play dumb with that message, but not the other ones. Because if she didn't know which one was for sleepiness, she could have just said which medicines, but she specifically like isolated that one. But I didn't know. Now you said that one is not for sleepiness, then possibly she didn't know because she named the wrong one for sleepiness. So
I couldn't because it was going fast. I couldn't really hear the other medication she was saying to see if one of those in fact was a sleeping one. I couldn't hear, but I did hear her say Seroquel when she said that because she was like, that was the only one I could hear her say.
Vicodin, I think she said Vicodin.
That could make you sleepy.
And one other, it was Vicodin and one other one. Yeah. So caveat, there are certain things that, so this is what happened. During the housing crash in, I think 2008, there was a certain social class and race that did commit unaliving themselves more than others.
Okay.
And they did it because of financial issues. They felt like they were worth more unalived than alive, and they didn't want to hurt their family, if you will, by having to downgrade their life or whatever. So based on that, if I hadn't been a part of seeing that, I wouldn't think certain things. So I wonder if, because they didn't mention what he was sick with, so I wonder if he was going to be unalive soon anyway. And so he probably said to unalive him and take the house down, because then you would get the money for the house, the money for the insurance, all the financial stuff would go away.
Not if she did it. Hell, not if she did it. Did she
I wonder if he did it to himself. No, I wonder if he did it to himself, like put his.
But what did she get charged for it? She did. So that's what I'm saying. That's
nothing in there, but yeah, but mostly because she was saying like it was some holes, like she didn't divulge. She talked about financial issues, but didn't divulge that she didn't divulge that she filed for bankruptcy, the tax problems that she had. It was other things that she didn't divulge. It was like it was only the issue of because we were sick and we fell behind on our house. And that was dumb to me, because when they prompted her and said, you know, where you having financial issues or anything like that, that mean they already know. So you might as well tell everything. And they could go into your background. I would have just told everything, but she didn't. She only told the house issue. Kind of like, oh, we have problems, but nothing different than no other married couple. And then that's when they was like, well, you're portraying like you had a good marriage, but according to other people, you didn't have a good marriage. But here's where it was tricky for me with them. They said it's known that you have 2, 3, or 4. So how come y'all could say 2, 3, or 4, but she can't be mistaken on the type of medication, or she can't get stumped up? Which one is it, 2, 3, or 4? That's a big difference. And to tell her, well, that could be easily pinpointed. Well, is it 2, 3, or 4? Y'all not being clear either. But supposedly you did all this
They
research
just try
already.
to say stuff to see if people gonna break.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what they did. But when she clearly asked him, like, are you trying to say that I would kill my husband? Well, no, I just think that you're not being completely honest. So it could even be that he unalived himself. They could think that too. But if you
But
think
if
that,
he
you
do
have to
that,
tell the
then
truth.
if he do that, the plan was just stupid, because even if he did unalive his own self, you know, insurances ain't paying out on that. So it was like y'all should have thought this through more. The insurance company is not
I
paying
think that's
nothing.
why they burned the house.
Yeah, but it's like you should have had somebody else do it and paid them or something. Like for you to do it, is you're not like you about to be in jail and you're not about to get none of that money. Y'all should have went through the plan a little bit better.
I wonder if I don't think she did it. I think he did it. I think he did it. But if you unalive yourself after 2 years with most insurances, it'll still pay. You just got to have it for 2 years. Well, not just, but you have to have it for 2 years because during
Are
that
you
same,
sure?
yep, during that same period, I know that for sure because you know why.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, but during that same period, we had a nice sized population of technicians that were in Orange County. And some of them, hell, before Q1, they made $100,000. So a couple of them did it unalive themselves. And it's 2 years.
So, but I think it still depends on what company.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because a lot of them places and stuff,
Yeah,
they're into taking the money, not paying out.
yeah. But that's when they what I meant to say, I'm sorry I didn't finish, is back then is when they really tightened up the rules because it wasn't 2 years then. It was more open. But
Mm-hmm.
after that happened, they tightened up insurance a lot more because that impacted not just California, that impacted a lot of places, that housing market crashing like that. But yeah, that's what I think about that one. So in the interest of loving your family enough to unalive yourself or make a plan to unalive one of y'all.
They white. Somebody would have helped their ass.
She said her dad was gonna help her out of the
Yeah, that's why I'm like, somebody would have helped them. You ain't,
but
that race is a race that don't have to worry about nothing. Like somebody
not like us.
Yeah,
Agreed.
like us, no. But them, somebody would have gave them a loans and all kind of stuff, no matter what their credit was or anything. Like
They had too many. They had 2 liens on the business, a lien on the house, 2 seconds on the house. Because they had, yeah, they was in major debt. So even when they was running a small business and it was doing fine, it's like, what was you doing with the money? Was you money in, money out, and not putting money up for, ups and downs in a business?
But if you took out 2 on your house, 2 you know what I'm talking about.
2 seconds, 2 mortgages.
2 seconds, that could raise your mortgage a lot. So that's probably what really put them in a bind, was taking out that.
Exactly.
Even when people take out 1, I know somebody that did that too, and them taking out that, they lost their house after that because they couldn't make their payments.
Because you're doing it at today's rates, and you might have got a really good rate then with a low thing.
They lost their house because they couldn't make the payments. That's why I said I wish I would have bought a house back in the days, like when I was just living in.
I wish I would have did it the first time.
Yeah.
Or the second time would have even been fine.
Yeah, because we would have been finished paying it off by now.
We would have been well over paying it off because we would have been able to pay double because of the payment. The last time that I won a house or whatever, y'all, if you're not in California, you don't just go say, I want that house and get it like in other states. Here, you have to bid on the house
Yeah.
and you have to
Especially
get the
after
house.
COVID. That was
So my last one was right before COVID. It was right before I had my back surgery, which was in 2015. It was right before. And because I had gotten engaged, because I was about to have a back surgery, what I initially was going to buy was a 3-bedroom, but it wasn't big enough. Like I already needed the closets, all of that. It wasn't big enough to have a husband and 2 stepchildren.
exactly.
So I went and you have a certain amount of days here as well that when you're in escrow, you can take it back and get your money back. That's how mine was written. And so I decided to take it back. But I really wish that I wouldn't have now because that mortgage was like 1,300 plus the association fee. Right. So even if it wasn't big enough, it still would have made sense
So
to
equity on
rented
it
it
now, you
out.
would have been able to sell that and got something way better.
Yeah, because the next 2 years, once COVID happened and we came out, it was worth more than double. So yep, I would have made so much money off of that. But
no, we
it's
didn't know
okay.
nothing. Nothing was coming like COVID.
Girl, I thought, no, I'm gonna go ahead and get married and then we'll buy a house right after that. Like, I didn't think that everything was gonna come down the way that it did. Like, that's crazy. Let's see. So next story is this one.
How would you describe your feelings?
Just kidding. It's not that one.
Oh, and I'm pressing tap so I can hear it.
No, it's this one. Hold on one sec.
I think I seen that one, but I'm not sure. I think I seen that one.
So in Florida, she is still on unalive row. And she's really doing interviews and stuff saying like, oh, I was pregnant and my hormones was all over the place. Plus I loved him. I'm the victim. How did I get the unalive penalty and he got life? But how did I get this? I shouldn't have got that because I was pregnant. I wasn't, they don't care about the truth. They just care about they don't care about the truth. They just care about prosecuting people. Now, a couple of lawyers have said they actually took the case. Now, I don't know if it's for publicity or not, but they are saying that it's several factors that was left out. Simply based on the fact that I heard her say on my own, I would have made it quick and painful. You mean you wouldn't have did it? That was her answer. Like, oh, he tried to break her neck, but it didn't work. He didn't he didn't do it right. And the interviewer said, well, how would you have done it? Quick and painful, or painless? Quick and painless.
Like, girl, you right where you belong.
The answer should have been not at all. You didn't say I was scared in there. You didn't say he made me do it. You didn't say nothing. And you little whore, you are the one that you cheat, you mess with your friend's man when they break up for 2 seconds and then they're married. Yes, he took the ring from you and married her. He should have. You should have never had that ring on your hand. What kind of friend was you to begin with? You're twisted. And she's like, you don't know what kind of you don't know what kind of this does to your mental with you don't know what this does with your mental with trying to go up against appeals all the time, and then you're trying to figure it out and you just go back and forth thinking am I gonna get out now? Am I gonna get out now? So no remorse for the people that you took their family member?
Not at all.
I haven't seen my kids in 13 years. They probably don't need to see you, ma'am. No offense, but you don't. You told them how you would have snapped the girl's neck.
Girl, that's crazy.
You're a little not okay, ma'am.
A lot not okay. Hell.
I don't understand why you would think that that is actually normal and okay. I wonder, do people think, I wonder in that last moment when somebody has messed with somebody's husband and they snap, or mess with somebody's wife and they snap, because a lot of men snap as well.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what they think at that point, because we all know that they're saying, I'm sorry. At what point do people think that they can push people too far? And then
I don't think that they think about it.
I don't think they do either. I think that they're so selfish or wrapped up
that they think that that's okay and nothing ain't gonna happen and they can just live happily ever after. Like, did you really think that you was about to get away with that?
No, I mean, back to the person that cheats. When you're in a love triangle and you mess with somebody's spouse, do you not think that something is going to come back to you? And then if I was messing with somebody's spouse, me and somebody's spouse was messing around, and then he came to me and tried to get me to do something with him to his spouse, why do you think
he won't do that to you?
Yes. What you not nervous? I'm going straight to the police.
Yeah, like, sir, no.
I'm afraid for my life.
We could go ahead and break this off, sir.
We can break this off, but then for somebody to be that crazy and that that not brave was another word, like to have the nerve to try to plan your spouse's unaliving with your mistress or mistrer. Y'all, we don't know the word for the mistrer.
Side piece.
The side piece. You don't think they vow to that person? So what could you? Girl. You are not more important than that person. So how much more will they do to you?
I really be thinking people think that they can get away with that, but like, that lady was wrong. But you still never be knowing what men say. Like, we always be on the women. We still know what that man could have said to her to make her feel like if she did that, they was gonna be together. You just never know.
And I think that's what the lawyers are saying to play on the pregnancy thing, because they never said if the pregnancy was his or not, which I would think if they've been like interacting and stuff, the pregnancy would be his. But she did end up, she was 7 months too. She was 7 months when that happened. And then she went into jail. She had the baby in there, held the baby for a little bit, and then the baby went out. And you don't think about your kids. You don't think about nothing. I don't know. Well, here's the last one. Chad, I think this is the last one. Y'all know I can't see by this time. Hold on. And I didn't name them. I think it's fun. Life is like a box of chocolates. We'll see what we get.
The public. You want to try to look at other women? No.
Two separate passengers record a very vocal argument between a married couple as a plane prepares for takeoff from Miami International Airport.
You ain't gonna look at other women, and you ain't gonna tell me you're looking at other women.
The wife is apparently accusing her husband, who is seated right next to her, of having a wandering eye. And the flight crew is trying to calm the situation down.
And we have a little child right behind us.
Yeah, I know. I consult the child.
There's a little boy right behind you.
I already know. Look, I'm not going to say nothing if you don't say nothing to try to cause a commotion, because he's the problem.
The attendant informs the woman that she must leave the plane.
You're going out of control.
I'm going to visit right now. You shut the up.
Man, I'm getting up. Man, get up. You're assaulting me, man.
Oh, I'm assaulting you?
Yeah.
I'm assaulting you? I'm assaulting you?
The woman strikes her husband from behind with a laptop, injuring an attendant and a passenger in the process.
I'm gonna get my purse. Fine, whatever.
Once off the plane, the couple is met by airport security, but reportedly refused to cooperate. The husband is put on another flight. No charges are filed against the woman, but she will need a new laptop.
I thought that they was like at first.
Now y'all know if that had been
Bro, we both would have got arrested, the husband and the wife.
that part, and he ain't even
and like they got both. No, he got put back on the flight, but what did they say about her?
nothing. She just didn't get charges. So I don't know. She had to leave the airport or whatever, but she walked away. I know that.
Hate insecure, I won't even say women, but I hate insecure women and men. Like I hate that.
Because it causes damage. Jealousy and envy causes damage. It could hurt somebody. What if she unalived him by hitting him with that thing? Or when she did like this and hit the flight attendant, what if she'd have knocked her in her head and she had a brain thing and she would have been unalived? How was she able to just not get in trouble? When you hit with a laptop and you hit the flight attendant and no charges was pressed?
No assault or nothing.
You could have really hurt that lady.
If I was a flight attendant, I would have pressed charges. I don't care. Like people, but like we said, we know if it was us, it would have been a whole different story.
And if it's been the other way around, with even, I say just a slap, but in comparison to a laptop, it's just a slap. If a man would have just slapped a lady or pushed her to get her away from him, we'd be talking about this all over the place. He would be getting so much ridicule and everything else like that. But she acted like that on a plane with kids behind her and got up and hit him like that.
When I first seen her, I thought she was stabbing him. I couldn't tell it was a laptop.
Me too. Me too. That's why I'm glad they showed the other angle, because two people were recording.
That's why I'm like, what the hell? How'd she even get that in the
And they got proof. And they got proof. Anybody on that flight could sue that flight. Because how did you just let her walk back and get her purse? Right. You didn't drag her tail off of there. You didn't restrain her or nothing. And I got a question. I thought on every flight on there, somebody is supposed to be like a marshal, like on Bridesmaids. Is that not real? Yes, I got my information from Bridesmaids. Shut up.
I don't know. That's a real good question. I don't know. I don't think so. With all this stuff going on, no, I don't think that they do.
No.
Stuff going on these planes.
That's true.
People knocking emergency doors out, and girl.
That's true. That's true.
Look, I'm like, hell no.
Don't forgive me. I only had 2 Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets today and 3 bites of my salad.
You see, that's what I've been eating my Chipotle all day. I didn't eat it. I got it like at 1 o'clock. I've been eating it, just little pieces of it since 1 o'clock, and I finally ate the whole thing right now.
Oh, that's good. I could eat right now. Okay, bro. Tell them what you would have did. Tell them what you would have did if you was a passenger.
Nothing. I would have been recording like everybody else.
Oh my God.
Into violence. I'm not about to jump into violence. Now, if the lady was in front of me, how they said it's a little boy behind them, then it would be different. Like, B, you need to sit down, because if you hurt my son, then me and you gonna be fighting. You ain't got to worry about him having a wandering eye. But if if it was just me, I'm recording and looking too. Like, girl, y'all probably going live. Look at this. And it's not us. It ain't us. Look.
Right. For rest, it's not us. No, for all the time, it's not us, actually.
Yeah, I'm not jumping in. That's how people get hurt. That's how people get hurting and lose their life, jumping in stuff that don't have nothing to do with them. I'm not.
That is true. I wouldn't do that. What would you do if you was a flight attendant and you got hit like that? I can't believe that lady stood up. She was supposed to sit down, fall on the floor, pass out. What would you do if you was a flight attendant?
I probably would have been dramatic too. She will be on the do not fly list after that.
Most importantly, I would have been on the pay me, I'm never coming back to work list.
Girl, No, that if that worked for them, that's crazy because it don't work for nurses when we get hit and stuff.
Oh, it showed. Or you could at least not be back at work for a little while. I'd have been off for a little bit. I would have, because I think hey, I wonder, do they give training for, isn't that terrorists?
What she did?
Yeah.
No, because it was to her husband. It wasn't like she was doing it to somebody else. It was to her husband.
So she hit the flight attendant.
But still, it wasn't like she was trying to do something to
her. And she actually didn't cuss at them or nothing. She cussed, but she didn't cuss at them. There is a difference. Very interesting that they could tell the difference when it's not us. I'm just gonna say, child, I can't believe that man sitting in front. He was just so. At first, I thought that was the husband, and he was ignoring her.
I did too. That's why I really had to look. I'm like, and when she first was talking, I thought it was black people. Like, she sounded black to me at first.
I did.
Until they showed her, and I'm like, oh, what? It ain't us. Because that's something it seemed like a black person would do. Like, you ain't about to be looking at nobody while we. No.
So the last one, I gotta tell you the story because it's written. It's not a video. The lady that was traveling from one India destination to another India destination, that got on the plane with her husband and the mistress and acted a fool, and they had to touch down and put her off the plane.
Did she know? Wait, she knew the mistress was gonna be on there?
Yeah, so her and the kids boarded the plane. No, bring her. You didn't hear about that? They talked about it.
What happened? I'm confused.
They talked about it on our show TGIF. She knew that her husband was going to be on this plane with the mistress. She booked herself a ticket, got on the plane, and caught him on the plane. She acted a fool, of course, and they had to land and get her off the plane.
Yeah, she calls that on herself then. Like, if you knew that, you could have did all that before you got on the plane. Y'all getting on the same plane.
To me, I'm not buying no damn plane ticket. Girl, you could have met them in the front of the airport.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could have did all that before you got on the plane. You could have did all that before, because I'm not about to do that either.
Because that's going to result in me getting put on the do not fly list. In other countries, those countries, their laws are not in favor of the women.
No.
The only thing I didn't see, they talked about it on TGIF like last week. The only thing I didn't see was what was her punishment or whatever for doing that.
I mean, come on.
They probably can't televise it because they still do very bad things to their women.
Well, they must ain't doing too much bad things if she did that.
That's not true. Some people don't care. That's why the title is Crazy Love Stories. Obviously, we got people sitting in jail for trying to help people unalive their own spouse. People don't be thinking.
At all. Shit. At all. It ain't that serious. It's just not that serious to me. I'm not about to ruin my life over somebody else.
I'm not about to ruin my life. What's the craziest thing you've ever done?
I don't really think I've done crazy things like that. Oh, I tried to fight, but that ain't really crazy. That's
not crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, that's regular. So no, I'm really trying to think. Nothing, because I've tried to fight that person afterwards when I seen him with another girl in public. And like, girl, you're crazy. Like, you're the one that broke up with me. So I'm like, well, you still knew that I would be here. I remember too, because I was at David Buster.
Bro, you broke up with the person. Then you wasn't with the person. Then you try to fight them in public because you knew they was gonna be there.
Because they knew I was gonna be there. Like, why would you bring somebody else? He was like, girl, you're crazy. Like, you broke up with me, so I could do whatever I want to do. I was like, you can, but not where I could see it.
Was it soon after the breakup?
Huh?
Now I remember why I don't eat with you. Because I can't get this bite fucking down my throat. Did y'all just break up or something?
I think we did have been broke up probably like in that same month or something. So I was like, I think he was probably just trying to do it to get me back, and it worked. But I was the one that broke up with him, and I was really like trying to fist fight him. And the police would have to stop me and asking him like, "Are you okay, sir?" I'm like, "What the hell?" But I still don't think that that's crazy. A lot of women do that, so that's normal behavior.
It's not crazy. To me, it's not crazy.
That's why I'm like,
if that's the worst, no, that's not crazy.
I have not did nothing like that because I don't know. I just never been like that. I haven't did nothing crazy. That was it. Just try to fight the person.
No, with all of these stories that's going around, no, I don't think it's crazy. It was this one guy heard his wife was cheating, and he went live before he went over to. He went live before he went over there and unalived not only the people, the girlfriend, but the kids as well. One of the kids lived, and
wait,
and
it was them his kids or it's the other person's kids?
It was their kids. It was their kids, and he did it. Just think about Jennifer Hudson. Remember her sister? Her sister, that was the kid's father, and he went over there and unalived the children, the sister, and the mom. She lost her whole damn family.
Yep.
And then that coward unalived himself. He took that woman's whole freaking family. These people do some crazy things and call it love. But that goes to show people can't properly love. And people, if they feel like, some people do it because they think, well, to them, so this is where perception is reality. Something was taken from them. So for Jennifer Hudson's brother-in-law, his family was taken from him. The sister didn't want him anymore. And to him, it's one of those, if I can't have you, nobody can, type of situations. But that type of thing.
I totally forgot about that. Now I feel bad for her again. I literally forgot about that story. And it was crazy because my mom, I took her to her therapy today. So she was like, "Oh, did you see Jennifer Hudson's new boyfriend? He came on her show." Mom be thinking she really knows stuff. Like, Jennifer Hudson's new boyfriend came on her show, Common. Like she got her a nice man. And I'm like, Common is basically for the streets. Like he gonna have her, and next year it's gonna be somebody else. I said, but I will say he dates top tier women.
Baby.
I said, but now that I think about that, for her to have went through all that, I'm happy that whenever she finds love, because just think she was with her baby daddy and it went bad, and so whenever she finds love, because that's something she got to live with for the rest of her life. And
absolutely.
So I'm happy for her. Hopefully she stay happy for a long time. I totally forgot about that. That's
crazy. A lot of people did, because it happened at the beginning of her time. Yeah.
I think she was already off of American Idol. She was off of it, but she was still.
It was when she was doing like this, but at the top of doing like this. Yeah. To where everybody knew who she was. And when people heard, it was like, wait, what did you just say?
That didn't even seem. And then for them not to know who did it at first and find out that he did it, like, she gotta live with that she lost her whole family
in one walk. It wasn't even, let's try to save their lives, let's see if they could make it. Like, she lost everything. For me, I don't. Oh Lord. Sorry, y'all. My bad. This is why I don't look at phones, Darren. This is my work phone, and I've been rolling my eyes a lot lately at work. Because why? It's 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
You can't make this stuff up. So, I try not. I don't know, because perception is reality. I try for somebody not to even perceive that I'm playing games with them. I try to be 100% truthful, with as much as I can tell, because some things just ain't your damn business. Like if I say, when somebody tells you that they're married, they don't owe you a whole explanation after that. Or somebody tells you, on with the father of my children. Well, do y'all live together? Well, do you do this? We motherfucker, who do you think you are? Like,
Right.
I don't need to tell you all
People
of that.
think that, yeah, people feel too entitled nowadays. Like, I don't have to tell you shit.
Mm-mm.
I tell you what
And
I
they
want.
reference to being a liar. That's not a liar.
I just don't have to tell you everything.
Hello. Like, I don't owe you that, because to me, loyalty is everything. And number one, I don't have to tell you everything. Number two, loyalty is everything. So if I sat here and ran my damn mouth with you, and you don't even hold the same title, same position, same nothing as that other person, then again, shouldn't that make you look at me like I'm crazy, or like I would do the same thing to you? But people don't look at it like that, because they're so in their own head and their own ego that it's like, I got this. So if you did tell them everything, they like, oh, she liked me so much, she told me all of that, or now I could use that. People so into their own head, but then as soon as some shit go bad, they gonna be like, well, remember when you did this with me? And you like,
Right.
what? People be on one. I'm cool. People's mental health, it just is not
Girl.
where it needs to be. And a lot of the mental health for me, when I'm looking out, either through the lens of my nonprofit, the lens of a consultant, the lens of somebody that just likes to research things to understand why, to prevent me from being mean to people. Being honest, that's my moment of transparency. Because I am mean to people. If I feel like you a mean person, then I'm gonna be mean to you. So for my profession, I needed to take a step back, because now that we're older, we know some people are mean, like the bullies in school. They was mean because something was happening at home, or their ponytail was this short, so they was trying to cut your hair off, but it was because everybody teased them. Like, it's from somewhere. So I try to have more compassion now. What I am identifying is that people are truly coming from broken homes. I don't mean single parent home. That's different.
No, broken homes.
Yes. And the whole family be like that, or key players in that family be like that. And then I'd be like, well, you kind of didn't have a chance really to, or now you got these people around you, but you have to unlearn so much that you feel inadequate. So it's easier for you to just stay around people that are like you. It's sad, but I try my best. But in this here year of 24, I have to hold people accountable. So
Yep, I sure do. I fuck no more. Like, I'm not playing them games.
no, because you could make the choice to do that. Because just like people could tell somebody, well, if you're fat, then just lose weight. Well, if you're a whole fucked up individual,
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that's a little bit more important. That impacts other people. So you could be better. Not everything that those of us that are, to the best of our ability, good people, not all of us have the right resources around us all the time, but we knew, hey, this don't feel good being like this, or this is not getting the results I want, or something was off. So you wanted to be better. You went and got therapy, where we all grew up learning. That's those people shit. Or,
Right.
or take it to God or whatever. But when we got older and we learned better, we did better. So you have to be responsible too. And all of this unaliving people because of a man or things like that, I can't feel sorry for you when you're sitting in jail. I'm gonna feel sorry for your kids and your family, because they're the ones truly suffering, because they didn't do nothing.
Right.
You hurt them. You not only hurt the other family, but you hurt your own family too. So I would say in this year 24, more people is doing crazy shit because they actually have the, I forgot what it's called. It's an actual name for it where people want to do things to, they want their legacy to be something like you never saw me, so now at least you'll remember me forever. Yeah, but you'll be remembered as an axe murderer, but I'll be remembered forever. And I did it to a not good person. They deem what they think that person isn't good. It's scary in these streets. Y'all better be careful and treat people right. Leave people's husbands alone. Leave people's wives alone. Leave people's kids alone. Um, leave people's, look, I'm just gonna even take it to some of y'all cougars and cougettes or whatever y'all call. Some people, kids, don't like that you compromising they damn trust fund when they think you a gold digger, and unaliving comes from that too as it relates to being crazy in love. Oh, the last one. Y'all remember that cheerleader's mom who unalived a fellow cheerleader because the head football player liked the other daughter or the other girl instead of her daughter? People are batshit crazy.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
It's a lot. Yeah, she was not the most. Well, they was on a team together, popular, but the most popular boy, you know, and those people, the most popular boy supposed to be with the most popular girl, but he didn't want the most popular girl. He wanted the girl that he liked, and so the mom hurt the girl, unalived her. I am so sorry,
And your
y'all.
daughter didn't get him, and your daughter still didn't get him after that.
Because obviously he don't want nothing to do with nobody in the family because he really liked that girl and because you scared the shit out of him. Now he don't want nothing to do with you. That's not gonna work. And now you're going to prison. You going to how can you say it, Sarah?
Jail.
You was fucking retarded. He's going to jail. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what are your final words for tonight? Mine is leave the crazies alone.
Yeah, I was
and
just
leave
about
the
to
same
say,
people
come on,
alone.
y'all gotta do better. Y'all can't be acting like this crazy. It's other fish in the sea. I mean, they real out here that the fish is crazy and stuff, and you probably need to leave it in the sea. But there's other fish in the sea.
Y'all, I swear we didn't even drink today. It's other fish in the sea. I mean, they probably crazy too, but it is other fish in the sea.
Yeah.
But it is. It is. Y'all stop ruining people's homes and thinking that shit is a joke. Because especially, let me tell y'all, things fluctuate when the economy fluctuates too. So when economies get bad or things like that, people start doing all kind of crazy stuff because jeopardizing somebody's livelihood to you is just a man or it's just a woman. That's somebody that's providing for a household, inclusive in a household, raising kids together. And above all, that's somebody's best friend that you're taking away. And the reality is a lot of times with people that cheat, I've thought about cheating before in my whole life because that is a reality. When something happens, you're thinking, it would be so much easier if I just did this. And I'm not talking about in marriage, I'm talking about throughout life. Stop playing dumb. Um, that happens. And then because again, to start with somebody new, to start over, to it's something better that you're missing, but you don't look at the whole picture but you got all of these things that are great. So people picking people best based on you marry your best friend. And when you marry your best friend, friends fight, sisters fight, things like that. If you were the person on the outside that offered them an ear, but told them, hey, why don't you talk to your wife? Or you know what? Have you told your husband this? And they say, yeah, well, how did you tell him? Be that person to listen if you're going to listen, but listen for the purpose of helping that couple, because one day you're going to be in that same position and you're going to need help. Because let me tell you, I ain't never had a single relationship and not had a single problem. My marriage problems was minor, but that's it. So that is it. Be kind, and don't go with people to do crime. So that's it from us. So that is it. Have a good night. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. Bye.